the system might not get better. So are we as graduates and unemployed professionals going to sit down and wait for the system to improve? No. We have to find ways to maneuver around the system that is shutting many people out and create opportunities for ourselves. COVID-19 created jobs for a lot of scientists, biologists, because they needed more people and more people in the numerous small branches that were created to speed up the production of the vaccines. And after the achievement of the amount of vaccines that were required, most of these branches were shut down, and that was also a cause of the unemployment rate. In fact, people were laid off. I know a number of biologists who were employed and later were laid off, and now they also struggle to find a job despite their years of work experience. So it is not only the fresh graduates who are struggling to find a job, but then those who worked already in the system for years also struggle and were laid off. And then also, for instance, if you go into the IT sector, the advent of artificial intelligence, vibe coding and so forth has caused a lot of unemployment rate. And then also, there are companies who relocated to countries where they pay their workers less. For instance, companies that were established here in Germany moved to Poland because in Poland, workers are paid less with the same amount of work. There are so many causes of this unemployment rate. However, if a system is not working, we, the graduate, or we, the unemployed people, are we going to sit down and wait for the system to get better? No, the system might not get better. So in this video, I will talk about some of the ways to maneuver your way around the system that is shutting down to be self-employed. And one of the avenue is, for instance, publishing books on Amazon KDP. In this current dispensation, one does not need to publish a book by starting from scratch. One can use any of the LLMs to generate a robust outline. And if an outline is suitable, one can build on that by adding flesh to this outline to generate a book of choice. And then, of course, one does not just begin by not looking at a niche that is of high demand, a niche that is quite lucrative. So with these AI tools, LLMs within our reach, one can do a robust search and find a particular niche that is of interest that will generate money, and one can go into that. Another avenue is SaaS products, software as a service application. One can produce or generate build-up softwares and then ship it to companies to try. And if the companies find them useful, they might go into a subscription or go into an agreement for purchasing. And this is one of the avenues whereby one can generate money. Other means, for instance, if one is learning tools like N8N or Claude, Bolt, and so forth for AI automation. There are, especially in so many countries, although automation is still ongoing, there is still more to do in this automation world. There are tasks that take roughly more hours, and with a very robust automation, one can reduce the hours to reduce the hours to, let's say, if 8 hours, one can reduce it to 1 hour or 2 hours, and I'm sure companies will be glad to have that. Other avenues one can go into is, let's say, if people go into, let's say, AI advisor. Although there are so many, AI is now in the system, or not so many companies are conversant with its usage. If one thinks that one is more capable or versatile with the usage of the different AI tools, there is one avenue that one can go into. In fact, living abroad can be very hard, but with creativity and with the advent of these AI tools, we will be able to make our life abroad livable. We'll be able to make our life abroad comfortable, and we'll be able to achieve the goal that we dream of achieving if we were employed by companies. Living abroad comes with a lot of struggle, but in the midst of struggle, if one is daring and creative enough, one will be able to overcome all these challenges to make our lives comfortable. So in this video, I would like to encourage all and sundry that in as much as we wait to be employed by companies, or in as much as we wish to be employed after our several years of education, we should wait. We should test and try the tools that is within our reach, all the AI tools, because I think and strongly believe that the AI era is a short-lived era, and this is the time that each and every individual can become a self-employed person, and there's nothing more enjoyable than being an entrepreneur or a solopreneur. And with this advent of AI tools, one can be a solopreneur and one will enjoy living abroad to the fullest. Peace. And subscribe to Move Abroad Reality, and let's keep the fire burning together. Peace.